What's going on, y'all? It's the kid Jay Nolan here. Hey man, we gotta have a quick conversation about T.I. Apparently it feels like he's about to get out the game. Now, a couple of years ago, he came out during the Breakfast Club and he said he only had about 3 albums left. Around that time, he said that he ended up following up with the Dime Trap, and then he also put the Libra out in 2020. Now he's saying that he's about to follow up with his final album, the bookend for his entire career, called Kill the King. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for some time now, you know that he's been going by King of the South ever since he first came out. That was something he came up with around the time he was still on the mixtape circuit trying to get his deal. By the time he got it and put his first album out, I'm Serious, he was in full-fledged King of the South mode. He said it all over the album, and he challenged anybody that had an issue with it to come say something to him, speak up, challenge him to some type of battle. Whatever they wanted to do, he was down with it, and there were some spectators and fans that were a little angry about it. All the Southern rappers that he looked up to, from 8 Ball and MJG, UGK, Outkast, Goody Mob, all of the legends, Scarface, they co-signed it. They said that they was down with it. So he didn't really care about what nobody else had to say, because all the people that he really went to and asked for their blessing, they gave it to him. Now we 22 years in after his debut album, I'm Serious, came out. Although people like to refer to Trap Music as his breakout album, I actually preferred I'm Serious, but Trap Music was definitely a little bit more on the street side, following up from the success of Dope Boys in the Trap. Totally understand that. And the entire time, people from other states, regions, have basically wanted to kill the king. So I guess this album title is very befitting for Tip. In a recent interview, Tip said, "I feel like the King of the South moniker is very egotistical, self-gratuitous, and it's a persona that kind of enters the room before I do physically. Big Boy, actually, he cautioned me of this back when I was just coming onto the scene." He continues, "Big said, that sound cool, I like it. But just understand, if you the king, you gonna put a big bullseye on your back. You can't be looking for no favors. Life is a game of chess, and the name of the game in chess is to kill the king." So here we go. Now he's talking about this. He's done a couple of interviews explaining this. So of course that's leading up to the album. You know, he's been setting the table with Easter eggs and putting it out there. As of yet, there's still not a lot of information out about this Kill the King project. We don't know who's going to be on it, who's producing on it. We don't know how many features, or if there's going to be any features on there. Hopefully, you know, maybe Damani could get on there, his son. That would be nice. He is pretty excited about a Jermaine Dupri produced record that's going to be on the project, which I think is pretty interesting because I haven't really seen them work together that much. Although they've both been in the industry for a very long time, repping Atlanta, I know that they're friends and that they have a lot of mutual acquaintances. T.I. even ghost wrote quite a bit of work for Bow Wow, of course, when Bow was working with So Def back in the days. So of course there is a strong connection there, but again, we haven't seen them actually work on too much music together. But anyway, the last album, how do y'all feel about this, man? I think it's always kind of bittersweet when some of my favorite artists decide that they want to hang it up. Like Jay-Z been retiring for years now. You know what I mean? He probably retired about 2-3 times and never stopped rapping, never stopped putting out albums. The Game has retired hella times. Scarface has retired quite a few times as well. Had moments where he wanted to lead a game, ended up coming back. But to be completely honest, I never really saw a future of T.I. retiring. Kind of like Wayne. Like, I don't see Wayne ever deciding he wanted to walk away from music. I know he's got other businesses, he's got real estate properties, he's got other things going on. Plus, he's there for his children and nourish them and make sure that they're good going into their own adulthood and businesses as well. So I do understand that. I do fully support it, but I am looking forward to this album. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I just hope, honestly, that it ain't the end, because T.I. is one of my favorite artists, quite possibly one of my top 5 to 8 influences as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And when I say artist, I'm not just talking about rap wise or lyrically. I'm just saying as a complete package artist, he's one of them top guys for me personally. Catalog wise, his first 4 albums was like flawless, especially from the Southern perspective. So it's not too many people that came back to back to back to back like that and knocked it out the park. So there's other consistent artists in the industry that have successful albums, they have successful singles, and they had runs. But when you talk about album for album, it's really not a lot of rappers standing next to T.I. album for album. We're going to keep that a buck. I could go on for days talking about this, but let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. I'm sure some of y'all are ready for him to retire and fade to black because y'all just don't like him and his personality, and that's cool too. It's whatever. I'm an Atlanta resident. I grew up here. Tip came to my middle school, you know what I'm saying? So did Eclipse. So people like that, I will always have some sort of connection to. So I understand why you may feel the way you do. I just don't agree, okay? Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. And if it's your first time seeing me on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see you guys on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I could blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I could blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag.